Today, we're going to now move on to our next speaker, which Brother Kashif Ahmed alluded to, who is Miss Amrit Kaur, who is the teacher and vice president of the Quebec chapter of the World Sikh Organization of Canada. Amrit recently graduated to become a teacher and then had to move across the country from her home in Quebec to BC so that she can work while wearing her turban after the Quebec government passed the law banning religious symbols for some public sector employees. Amrit is a member of the Sikh faith, which believes that the law, which was known as Bill 21, violates her human rights. The World Sikh Organization is a nonprofit organization with a mandate to promote and protect the interests of Canadian Sikhs, as well as promote and advocate for the protection of human rights of all individuals, irrespective of race, religion, gender, ethnicity, social or economic status. So Sasriyakal, Amrit, for joining us today, and we're honored to have you share your voice with us.
Sasriyakal. My name is Amrit Kaur. Many of you know my story. Throughout the challenge of Bill 21, the most powerful and meaningful consequence has been the allyship that we've had through the Muslim community, the Sikh community, the Jewish community, and other peoples and groups who feel that this law is simply a violation of human rights. Am I audible?
Everything's good.
Okay. The allyship that we've had, and in that allyship, we are here today to be able to stand in solidarity for the Islamophobia that is happening across the country, and to acknowledge what happened in Quebec City at the mosque to those several Muslim brothers and sisters, and as well as the greater community in Canada who has faced the secondary or tertiary consequences of what had happened. In the spirit of Bill 21, there has been so much grassroots advocacy. That advocacy has only been able to be possible due to the communication, the shared and lived experiences of people of faith. And what's interesting in this conversation of Islamophobia is, as a Sikh, I don't know what it means to be questioned because of my hijab. I don't know what it means to be looked at in a deviant manner because I'm a Muslim. I don't. But through hearing those experiences, my own personal experience of being alienated because of my dastad, or being different because of my faith, we can mix it together. We can have a discussion of what it means to be a person of faith living in Canada in the 21st century, where ideally we would think that we live in a society where it's multicultural. We all respect and love each other, and there is this understanding that it doesn't matter what you wear, what you believe, you should be honored and excel in life due to your merits and your hard work. However, this is a discussion that is slowly just eroding. We have for so many years lived under this banner that Canada is a multicultural country, and albeit it is, but there is so much racism that is being unpacked through all these lived experiences and all these attacks that are happening to various communities. And I am so happy that the Muslim community has one day to publicly talk about what is happening. And it is such a blessing to be a member of the Sikh community and be invited to a conversation about Islamophobia, where we can heighten the conversation and make it more richer through everybody's lived experiences. And in the end of the day, I think that it's unfortunate that we have so many of these cases happening, but at the same time, we are reaffirming our beliefs on what it means to be a Canadian. And the wonderful thing is, in this conversation right now, we have so many different types of people who are adding to that conversation, and we're redefining what it means to be a Canadian in the 21st century. And although there are so many cases that are starting to pop up, just 2 months ago, as Mr. Kasif has said, that there was a teacher in Chelsea who was taken from her post, and there was national uproar about this. It is very nice to know that people are on the same page. We are unanimously denouncing Bill 21. And I hope with more events like this, more meaningful conversation with people who are impacted, with allies or people who are sympathetic, that we can work together to come up with a solution or a way to address this. And it is a complete privilege to be here in this conversation today. And I know the Sikh community, as well as many other communities as well, stand in solidarity with the Muslim community. And any blow that you face is a blow that we face together, because in the end of the day, we are people of faith in Canada in the 21st century, and what will happen to you will happen to us. So in that spirit, it is not just a day for Muslims or Sikhs. I think it's a time to have deep reflection for people of faith in Canada.
Agreed. It is true that we are in this together in many respects. Our lives are intertwined in wonderful ways that benefit everyone, I believe. And I also wish to acknowledge that many of the victims of Islamophobia have been Sikh men too, who racists and bigots in their ignorance misidentify as Muslims. And not that it justifies it one way or another, but that is a fact, that a lot of people who have been victimized because of Islamophobia have not even been Muslim. But we're all human beings, and we all share the same needs, the same desires, and the same hopes. So we appreciate you. Thank you for your allyship, and we look forward to working with you in the future to help address these shared concerns of ours. Thank you so much for sharing your voice with us.
Thank
we
you.
appreciate it. Something touched on by Amrit, in fact, part of it being her lived experience as a teacher. It ties into our next panel, which is addressing Islamophobia as it exists in schools and academic institutions. One of the main outcomes of this event is to get to the root of what's causing, allowing, and facilitating Islamophobia towards youth and towards teachers in schools across the country, and particularly in British Columbia.